Hello children, hope all of us are well. Now the topic for today is magnetism, and the key elements are magnetic and non-magnetic materials, types of magnets, magnets of various shapes, need to make artificial magnets, compass, magnetism, properties of magnetism, uses of magnets, and prevention of demagnetization of magnet. Now there is no real evidence available that when the magnet was discovered. However, as the story goes, there used to live a shepherd boy named Magnus in the town of Magnesia in Asia Minor. He used to carry a wooden stick fixed with an iron sole. One day, he placed his stick on a blackish rock and its iron sole got stuck to it. He was terrified. He thought some spirit under the rock was trying to hold his wooden stick. Now, this blackish rock was actually an ore of iron. It was called magnet. The name of this rock comes from the town of Magnesia, where it was discovered. As this rock attracted iron towards itself, so other substances which had similar property were named as magnet. अब क्योंकि ये आयरन ओर जिसमें कि ये वाली प्रॉपर्टी थी कि ये आयरन को अपनी तरफ अट्रैक्ट कर सके, अपनी तरफ आकर्षित कर सके, ये हमें सबसे पहले कहाँ मिला था? टाउन ऑफ मैग्नीशिया में, तो इसका नाम पड़ गया मैग्नेट। उसके बाद से जितने भी इस तरह के सब्सटेंसेस थे जिनमें ये वाली प्रॉपर्टी हो कि वो आयरन वाली चीज़ों को अपनी तरफ अट्रैक्ट कर सकें, आकर्षित कर सकें, उनका नाम मैग्नेट पड़ना शुरू हो गया। नाउ वी कम टू मैग्नेटिक एंड नॉन मैग्नेटिक मटीरियल्स। Magnets are made of materials that attract objects made of certain substances such as iron, steel, cobalt and nickel. The materials which are attracted by magnets are called magnetic, and those materials which are not attracted by magnets are called non-magnetic materials. तो जो चीज़ें आयरन, निकल, कोबाल्ट इस टाइप की चीज़ों को अपनी तरफ अट्रैक्ट करती हैं उनको कहते हैं मैग्नेटिक, और जो चीज़ें दूसरे इस तरह के आयरन के ऑब्जेक्ट्स को अट्रैक्ट नहीं करती उनको कहते हैं नॉन मैग्नेटिक। मतलब कुछ चीज़ों में ये चुंबक वाला इफेक्ट है तो वो चुंबक है, और जिन चीज़ों में नहीं है वो चुंबक की कैटेगरी में नहीं आते। Now collect a few items from your surroundings like fork, eraser, plastic scale, etc. Now hold a magnet in your hand and bring it near the objects listed above. Observe whether the object is attracted to the magnet or it is not attracted by the magnet, and you can write your results in this table. Now you will observe that some objects which stick to the magnet, they are magnetic, while the rest which do not are non-magnetic. This brings us to the types of magnets. So there are natural and man-made magnets. The magnets made from lodestone are called natural magnets. With the advancement of physics, magnets have come to be used for a variety of purposes. So they are now made artificially. Metals like iron, cobalt, nickel and their alloys can be magnetized by various methods. Such magnets are called man-made or artificial magnets. अब जो चीज़ें नेचर में ऐसी हैं जिनके अंदर ये चुंबक वाली प्रॉपर्टी है उनको हम कहेंगे नेचुरल मैग्नेट्स, जैसे कि जो हमें लोडस्टोन से मिलते हैं। लेकिन बड़े सारे हम सब्सटेंसेस के अंदर ये चुंबक वाली प्रॉपर्टी डाल सकते हैं, उनको मैग्नेटिक बना सकते हैं, तो उन्हें हम कहेंगे मैन मेड या फिर आर्टिफिशियल मैग्नेट्स। Now you might have seen biomagnets. Manufacturers claim that biomagnets help to relieve pain. The magnetic force of these magnets improves blood circulation and causes blood vessels to expand. Now, on the basis of the retention of magnetism, magnets can be classified as temporary and permanent magnets, then ferrite and alloy magnets. Now, what are temporary and permanent magnets? Now, they are usually made of soft iron. They can retain their magnetism only for a short duration. They lose their magnetism after the magnetizing force is removed. Whereas permanent magnets are made of steel, cobalt, nickel or alnico and are able to keep their magnetism for a long time even when the magnetizing force is removed. तो जो magnets या चुंबक
अपनी प्रॉपर्टीज़ को ज़्यादा देर तक रिटेन कर सकते हैं जब उनके पास से मैग्नेटिक फोर्स को हटा दिया जाए, वो हमारे हो गए परमानेंट मैग्नेट्स। और जो मैग्नेट ऐसे हैं कि जिनकी ये चुंबक वाली जो प्रॉपर्टीज़ हैं वो मैग्नेटिक फोर्स या चुंबक वाला फोर्स हटाने के बाद बहुत थोड़ी देर के लिए रहती हैं, वो हमारे हो गए टेम्पररी मैग्नेट्स।
This brings us to ferrite and alloy magnets. Ferrite magnets are made from powder of iron oxide and barium oxide or strontium oxide. They are brittle in nature. These magnets are known by a trade name like Magnador and are used in aerials and coils of transistors.
तो जो आयरन ऑक्साइड के पाउडर से या फिर बेरियम ऑक्साइड के पाउडर से मैग्नेट्स बनाए जाते हैं उनको कहते हैं फेराइट मैग्नेट्स, और ये ब्रिटल होते हैं, बड़ी इजीली टूट सकते हैं।
Alloy magnets are the magnets which are made of mixtures of aluminium, nickel, cobalt, copper and iron. These magnets are known by trade names such as Alnico or Alcomax. These magnets are very strong and do not lose their magnetism easily.
और जो मैग्नेट्स बहुत सारे मटेरियल्स जैसे कि एल्यूमिनियम, निकल, कोबाल्ट, कॉपर और आयरन के मिक्सचर से बनते हैं, इनको कहते हैं अलॉय मैग्नेट्स। ये बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग होते हैं और इनकी जो मैग्नेटिज्म है वो इतनी इजीली ये वाले मैग्नेट्स में से लूज नहीं होती, ख़त्म नहीं होती।
Now, magnets of various shapes. Artificial magnets are of various shapes and sizes. Some of them are bar magnet, horseshoe magnet, U-shaped magnet, cylindrical magnet, bell magnet and ring magnet. Now, what is the need to make artificial magnets? These days, magnets are used in a number of devices such as telephone, loudspeaker, radio, television, etc. For making these devices, we need powerful magnets. However, natural magnets are not very powerful. So, following are the reasons of using artificial magnets. They can be made very powerful, which is not possible in the case of natural magnets. They can be made in any desired shape or size. It is not possible in case of natural magnets which break when shaped with cutting tools.
अब जो आर्टिफिशियल मैग्नेट्स हैं वो ज़्यादा ज़रूरी हैं। क्यों? एक तो वो सब नेचुरल मैग्नेट्स के मुकाबले में ज़्यादा उनमें पावर होती है, और दूसरी चीज़ ये कि उसको आप किसी भी अपनी मनपसंद शेप या साइज में बना सकते हैं।
So here is an interesting activity. Take a sewing needle or any iron strip and a bar magnet. Rub the magnet on the needle 20-30 times in the same direction with the same end of the magnet. Bring few awl pins near the needle. Now what will happen is that the needle becomes a temporary magnet and it starts attracting those awl pins. Now let us know what are poles of a magnet. Poles are those regions where the attractive power of a magnet exists. A bar magnet suspended with a silk thread such that it swings freely in a horizontal plane comes to rest pointing roughly north-south direction. The end of the magnet which roughly points towards the geographical north is called the north-seeking pole or simply north pole, and the end which roughly points towards the geographical south is called the south-seeking pole or simply south pole. For identification, north and south poles are marked by letters N and S respectively. Now here is another interesting activity. Hang a bar magnet from a stand using a thread. The stand can be a cloth hanger or a ruler. Just make sure that the magnet hangs freely. Mark the position of the magnet's poles on a sheet of paper below it. Now rotate the magnet first clockwise and then anti-clockwise. Mark the position of the poles each time after the magnet stops moving in all these cases. You will find that the direction in which the poles point remains the same. Now, magnets were known to people from ancient times. Many properties of magnets were also known to them. You might have read many interesting stories about the uses of magnets. One such story is about an emperor in China named Hongti. It is said that he had a chariot with the statue of a lady that could rotate in any direction. It had an extended arm as if it was showing the way. And the statue had an interesting property. It would rest in such a position that its extended arm always pointed towards the south. By looking at the extended arm of the statue, the emperor was able to locate direction when he went to new places in his chariot. This brings us to the compass. Now, a compass is a device used for determining direction by means of a magnetic needle. The magnetic needle of a compass always points towards north-south direction due to the pull of the Earth's magnetic poles. The Chinese were the first to develop a compass about 800 years ago. Their compass had a piece of lodestone hanging from a string. The ends of the stone were pointed to the north and south. A compass has markings that shows the four main directions: north, south, east and west, as well as various points in between. A compass is always used to navigate on land, at sea or in the air.
अब क्योंकि पुराने टाइम से लोगों को मैग्नेट और उसकी प्रॉपर्टीज़ के बारे में पता था, तो उसका इस्तेमाल करना भी जानते थे। और जो बहुत कॉमन यूज़ इसका है वो है कॉम्पस में। कॉम्पस क्या करता है, इसके अंदर एक मैग्नेटिक नीडल है जो कि नॉर्थ साउथ डायरेक्शन की तरफ पॉइंट करती है। तो अगर आप कहीं भी जा रहे हैं और लेटर से आपको वहाँ का रूट नहीं मालूम, तो अगर आपके पास कॉम्पस है तो आप उसकी नॉर्थ साउथ डायरेक्शन देख करके पता लगा सकते हैं कि आपको किस दिशा में जाना है।
So here's another activity. To make a compass, take a magnetized needle, a small piece of cork, a piece of glass vessel containing water. Take a magnetized needle and pass it through a small piece of cork or rubber so that it can float. Place the needle in the vessel containing water. You will see that when the needle comes to rest, it will point in the north-south direction. Earth's geographical poles and the magnetic poles are not the same. Earth's magnetic north pole is geographic south pole. Let's see what is magnetism. The ability of a magnetic material to attract or repel magnetic particles is called magnetism. The area around a magnet in which the effect can be experienced is called magnetic field. Magnet can either pull or push objects that enter their magnetic fields. For example, if an iron object is placed at distance from the magnet up to which it can neither be pushed or pulled by the magnet, then we can say that the iron object is placed outside the magnetic field. The effect of magnet works through air, water and even through some solid things.
तो किसी भी मैग्नेट या चुंबक की जो एक क्वालिटी है ना, कि वो दूसरे आयरन या वैसे बने ऑब्जेक्ट्स को, आयरन से बने ऑब्जेक्ट्स को अपनी तरफ आकर्षित करे, अट्रैक्ट करे, उस क्वालिटी को कहते हैं मैग्नेटिज्म। और उस मैग्नेट के आसपास के जितने एरिया तक वो मैग्नेटिज्म का असर रहता है, उस एरिया को कहते हैं मैग्नेटिक फील्ड। तो मान लीजिए आपके पास एक आयरन है और आपके पास एक मैग्नेट है। आयरन की हो सकता है आपके पास कील हो, तो जहां पे आपने मैग्नेट रखा है उसके नज़दीक आप उस कील को लाएंगे तो ऑब्वियसली उसकी तरफ अट्रैक्ट होगी, उससे चिपकेगी। अब आप इस कील को थोड़ा और दूर ले जाइए, अगर अभी भी उसकी तरफ अट्रैक्ट हो रही है तो वहां तक उस मैग्नेट की मैग्नेटिक फील्ड है। आप इसको थोड़ा और दूर दूर लेके जाते जाइए, एक पॉइंट ऐसा आएगा कि जहां के बाद आपकी वो आयरन की नेल या जो कील है वो मैग्नेट की तरफ अट्रैक्ट होना बंद हो जाएगी। तो वो वाला जो पॉइंट है वहां पे इस मैग्नेट की जो फील्ड है वो खत्म हो गई है।
सो डू यू नो व्हाट electromagnets are? Actually, electromagnets are special types of magnets in which the magnetism is produced by the flow of electric current. It is used in electric motors, doorbells, etc. Electromagnets are made by winding wire around a soft iron core. When the current passes through it, it behaves like a magnet, but its magnetism is lost when the current in the wire is switched off. Now, let us look at the properties of magnets, and the first one is that magnet exerts their influence through various metals. An object very near to the magnet experiences more force as compared to an object kept a little away. For example, the closer you bring an iron nail to a magnet, the more you will feel the pull of magnet. To show this property, let's perform the following activity. Take a bar magnet, a nail, sheets of paper, cardboard and a plastic sheet. Now place a sheet of paper between the magnet and the nail. It attracts the nail. Now go on adding the sheets till you find that the nail does not hold on to the magnet anymore. Repeat this experiment with cardboard and then with plastic sheet. Now note down your observations. You can also compare the strength of 2 or more magnets by repeating the same procedure. Now magnets exert more magnetic force at the poles as compared to the middle. The ends of the magnet shows more magnetic force and are called the poles of the magnet. The two poles are named as north and south pole. Now here is another activity. Take a bar magnet and iron fillings. Now sprinkle the iron fillings on a paper and keep a bar magnet on them. You will find that the iron fillings stick more to the ends of the magnets than to the middle. Now, like poles repel and unlike poles attract each other. If you take two bar magnets and keep them on a table end to end, you will find that either they will stick to each other or they will move away with a lot of force, and it will be difficult to bring together so that they can even touch each other. Now the reason behind it is that like poles repel each other, meaning North Pole repels North Pole and South Pole repels South Pole, and unlike poles attract each other, that is North Pole attracts South Pole and vice versa. So here is another activity. Take a bar magnet and suspend it freely from a stand. Bring the north pole of another bar magnet near the north pole of the suspended magnet. What will happen? It will repel. Now bring the south pole of the second magnet near the north pole of the suspended magnet. What will happen? They will be attracted to each other and brought near each other. Now, magnetic poles always exist in pairs. As we know that a magnet has two poles, north pole and south pole. So take a bar magnet, break it in half. It will again have a north pole and a south pole. However many pieces you make, each small piece will act as a complete magnet with two poles. This shows that poles of magnet always exist in pairs. Now if a magnet is cut lengthwise, its pole strength becomes half. And if it is cut breadthwise, there is no change in its pole strength. Now we will look at the uses of magnets. Magnets are being used for a variety of things. So first is like in refrigeration. The door of a refrigerator has a piece of iron in it. When it is pulled towards a magnet which is hidden in the frame of the refrigerator, the door closes on its own gently. Then in cranes, electromagnets are fixed on cranes to move heavy iron objects from one place to another. The crane operator brings the electromagnet near the iron object and then switches on the current. The magnet lifts the object up and then the crane moves it to another place. When the current is switched off, the object is placed gently back on the ground. Then in computer hard disks, floppies and audio and videotapes, data, sound and images are stored on special surface coated with magnetic material in hard disks, floppies and audio videotapes. In credit cards, ATM cards, information is also stored on the magnetic strips on credit cards and ATM cards. In computer, television, music system, watches, toy and scrapyard, monitors of television and computer use magnets. Similarly, magnet is used in scrapyard to pick up substances made of iron from scrap. In maglev trains, magnets are used in maglev trains. The word maglev is composed of the starting letters of the word magnet and levitation. Maglev uses the fact that like poles repel to levitate or raise a train so that it does not touch the rail. This reduces friction noise and allows trains to run at very high speeds.
तो हमारी रोज़मर्रा की ज़िंदगी में हमारे जितने भी डिवाइसेस हैं आसपास, उनमें मैग्नेट का यूज़ होता है, हमने कभी ध्यान ही नहीं दिया। हमारे जो रेफ्रिजरेटर्स के डोर्स हैं उनमें, जो क्रेन्स हैं ना जो इतने हैवी ऑब्जेक्ट्स को उठाती हैं उनमें, या फिर हमारे जो कंप्यूटर की हार्ड डिस्क है, पहले फ्लॉपीज़ बनती थी उनमें, आजकल तो इतनी नहीं बनती, लेकिन जो पहले ज़माने में या पहले टाइम में ऑडियो वीडियो टेप्स होती थी उनमें भी मैग्नेट का यूज़ होता था। अब आजकल पैसों की जगह लोग क्रेडिट कार्ड, एटीएम कार्ड्स यूज़ करते हैं, उनमें भी मैग्नेटिक स्ट्रिप्स होती हैं। तो हमारे कंप्यूटर, टेलीविज़न, म्यूज़िक सिस्टम, यहाँ तक कि घड़ियाँ, खिलौने, इन सब में भी मैग्नेट यूज़ होता है। जो स्क्रैप यार्ड होता है ना, जहाँ पे आपकी पुरानी कार्स या फिर जो बड़े बड़े यंत्र या उपकरण होते हैं वो जाते हैं कि आप उनको ब्रेक डाउन कर सकें, उस स्क्रैप यार्ड में भी मैग्नेट यूज़ होता है। अब ये जो ट्रेन्स हैं जो हमें लगता है ना कि पटरी पर नहीं चल रही, उनसे थोड़ा सा ऊपर उठ के हवा में दौड़ रही हैं, वहाँ पर भी मैग्नेट यूज़ होता है।
We will now look how to prevent demagnetization of a magnet. Magnets can lose their magnetism if they are not stored properly. So following points should be kept in mind. Magnets should never be heated strongly. Magnets should never be hammered. Magnets should never be kept near electronic items. Magnets should never be dropped from a height. Bar magnets should be kept in pairs with unlike poles on the same side. A wooden block should be kept between the pairs of magnets. A piece of iron should be placed across the ends of bar magnet.
अब जितना ज़रूरी मैग्नेट हमारे लिए है तो हमें ख़ास ध्यान रखना चाहिए कि जो हमारे पास मैग्नेट के पीसेस हैं उनको हम डैमेज होने से बचाएं। अब वो कैसे कर सकते हैं? इनको ज़्यादा गर्मी या हीट नहीं देनी चाहिए, हथौड़े से इन पर वार ना करें, इनको इलेक्ट्रॉनिक आइटम से दूर रखें, फिर इनको ऊपर हाइट से नीचे ना गिराएं। अगर आपको पेयर साथ में बार मैग्नेट का रखना है तो अनलाइक पोल्स जो हैं वो कभी भी एक तरफ नहीं होने चाहिए, जैसे कि एक मैग्नेट का साउथ पोल और दूसरे मैग्नेट का नॉर्थ पोल, ये कभी भी एक साथ ना रखें, इनको लाइक पोल्स करके ही रखें। और हो सके तो मैग्नेट्स के बीच में कोई वुडन ब्लॉक या फिर कोई एक कपड़ा रखें। उसके अलावा आप ये भी कोशिश करें कि जो आपने मैग्नेट्स रखे हैं उनके पोल्स के नज़दीक आयरन की कोई चीज़ ना हो। और सबसे इम्पॉर्टेंट चीज़, जो आपका हॉर्स शू मैग्नेट है उसको किसी सॉफ्ट आयरन के पीस में स्टोर करें।
A horseshoe magnet should be stored with a piece of soft iron kept across its poles. So let us now look at the key takeaway points. Materials which are attracted by magnets are called magnetic materials. Materials which are not attracted by magnets are called non-magnetic materials. Poles are those regions where the attraction power of the magnet exists. The two poles of a magnet are named as North Pole and South Pole. The ability of a magnetic material to attract or repel magnetic particles is called magnetism. Like poles of magnets repel each other, while unlike poles of magnets attract each other. Magnets are being used for a variety of things. So I hope this chapter is clear to all of us, and answering questions based on this chapter will be easy now.